Hey guys, welcome to this very special episode of Sis Get a Grip.
I know, I'm gonna miss doing that. Get a grip. As you guys can tell, it is our final episode for this year.
We made it through.
Oh my God.
Isn't God good?
All the time.
What did you just say? If you what?
Oh, do your best and God will do the rest.
That's what
That's our theme for this year.
Yes. And God has really, really come through.
Yes, He has.
Yes.
Oh my God. I remember just like last year around this time, we were like getting ready to like put in our stuff together, making sure we had enough content to launch, and here we are.
We filmed in your broom closet.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God.
We filmed while the guys stayed out here.
I remember that.
Yeah, because that was the quietest place we could find.
Yes. I remember because that was the day we did Baby G's christening.
Yes, and then we came here. Wow.
Wow.
God is good.
Do
your best and God would do the rest.
The rest.
He sure has been doing it.
Yes, He has. Oh my God.
Will He do it?
Oh! And I didn't even do the singing. Gifty's doing the singing. Good girl. Oh, how times have changed. I'm super, super excited. But in all honesty, we just want to thank you guys so much for really supporting us. When we first started this, you guys were really motivational and just encouraging us. And we
100%.
really couldn't have done this without you guys, like, consistently watching our stuff or even, like, reaching out to us personally and letting us know that we were doing a good job. Like, we really appreciate those times. And
I know it seems like we say it all the time, but like I just don't think we take it for granted we firmly believe you could spend your 30 minutes out of a day doing something else, and to even give us 15 to 20 minutes of it, like, or even the whole 30, like, we're really grateful. Like, we don't take for granted. Like,
yes,
it's been a great year doing this, and we're excited for
yes, we
next.
are. So we actually wanted to start off this episode by recapping the episode with the mothers. You guys seem to really like that.
Yeah,
like,
my mom is really feeling herself.
My mom too.
She's an international superstar. You can't tell her nothing.
Not at all. She calls me every time. I'm like, I call her and I'm like, hey, my star.
My mom's like, so your YouTube count is this number today. Like, she's on it. I'm just like, oh, well, we usually check at the end of the week to see how we did. My mom is like YouTube counting every day.
I love it.
And we appreciate, like, we love the support. So we're not even like taking it for granted or anything. So
I know.
Yeah.
Thanks for just accepting us. You guys loved our episodes with the husbands. You loved our episode with the mothers. I'm starting to think they don't really like us like that.
Which is fair.
I
like,
get it.
We're just two girls sharing our lives. That could be boring after some time.
I feel
so
you.
to bring other people on, like, it's fair, which we'll share more about that, like, towards the end of this. But
yes,
we're going to do a quick mom recap. Just because we also got a lot of feedback and a lot of people wanted to share their experiences with us. And I know, like, one thing I wanted to definitely share was that, like, I know, like, the mom episode was, like, super rosy, super beautiful, all those great things, which I will say, like, our relationships with our mom is full of that. But also, like, I want to acknowledge that it took a lot of time to get there. Like, I didn't just come out my mom's womb and I was just like, oh, we're best friends. Like, not at all. Like, I want to, especially me, like, I was the thank God my mom just used to beat me, because I was the kid that, like, I will always talk back. Like, if you say 1 + 1 is 2, I'm just like, why? Like, prove it to me. And yeah, it's cute sometimes.
Who else is like that?
Oh, Harper. Oh my God. You're right. Why?
Stop. I know. But why?
Yes. Like, and I share that to say because, like, I want people to know that it wasn't always rosy. Like, I honestly, truly began to value my relationship with my mom, like, as I got older, as I got married, and more importantly, like, when I became a mom. Like, I definitely had those teenage troubles where I had a diary and I wrote journals. Like, I had those things, and I want to, like, shed light on that too, because I don't want people to walk away like, oh, they live this perfect life. Like that's we're blessed and we're grateful for like our moms, but like for me personally, it took time to get there. Like it just wasn't like boom, best friends for life. Like my mom was super disciplined growing up. So now when she's trying to be my friend, I'm like, ha, you're my mom, calm down. Let's not talk about sex. But like it is what it is. So like, but I just like wanted to share that. Like that was like my recap from it. Like, yeah, it looks great, but like it takes time, and allow your parents, especially like your moms, like give them time to become your friend. I always say I appreciate my mom being my mom when I was younger, and I appreciate her being my friend and mom now. Yeah, because now she'd be like, go take a bath, you gotta go sleep next to your husband. Like she says stuff.
I can imagine. Awkward.
Yeah, so that was my recap. Yeah.
So my recap would be value your mothers, and I think the relationship, it doesn't just start there, it's built with time. But you need to cut the parents some slack, because think about it, you're a mother trying to raise a child in today's society, so you have to implement structures in place where they do the right thing, but then that doing the right thing needs to sometime transition into a friendship. I, for one, I didn't really have a relationship with my mom till I came back from Ghana at the age of 13. So on her side, it was a lot of overcompensation, but on my side, it was also I finally got to see my mom. So there was this great workup to try to make our relationship work. But I think the takeaway home message that I would like to leave that off with is, people change.
Yes.
Give people an opportunity. Your mom you knew, who used to discipline you and maybe say certain things to you, or really was very stern as a kid. Try to understand, if you're not a mother now yourself, even if you are, even better. But if you're not a mother, try to understand where they may be coming from. Because sometimes a parent really has to choose between being a friend or being a mother, and more likely than not, they're going to choose to mother you because they want you to grow up to be the child that they can brag about. I think it's nobody tells you when that switch officially happens, but as an adult and as educated people of the first generation here, we can discern that and kind of make an effort to bring our parents on board with the new way of thinking. And it never stops, because after that episode, when we finished filming,
it never stops.
We were so hungry, so we were gonna make yams, because Gifty's mom brought some yams. And we went into the kitchen and they showed up. We were like, you guys sit back, relax.
Their job was to sit down. It was a day of you came to visit us on set. We want to treat you.
Yep.
And
they just showed up in the kitchen and they were like, that's not how you do it.
Cut yam. It's just cutting yam.
And one of the things that was so hilarious was, we like to cut our yams square so they look like French fries. And the mom was like, nope, they don't cut it. I think your mom was like, that's how they do it. And my mom was like, nah, it's because they don't know how to do it. And then your mom was like, yeah, you're right. It's because they don't know how to do it. That's why they cut it square. But we were like, we were
easy to just pick up the pepper
and eat it French fries. And they were just kind of like, nah. So we just left. I think we can include some footages.
Yeah, but they full on took over the kitchen. And low key, I didn't mind, because like I said earlier, I love this. I do stuff. Let me preface that. I do stuff in my household, but I love not doing stuff.
Feel you.
So I was just sure you would have. And Stacey's mom made this bomb mouth watering.
Oh my gosh.
Mouth is watering as I speak about it. Was it the onions thing? And it's just onions. But she did something.
It's the parents. They know what you were doing. Remember, your mom made those crunchy yams. My yams never come out crunchy.
And that's something we Stacey and I have sat in the kitchen. We've sprinkled water here and there. Sprinkled
trying to figure out how to make it crunchy
and
yams.
My mom just threw it in the pot and it was crunchy. And we're just great. They're right. We don't know what we're doing.
I know. It was such a learning experience, but it was fun.
Yeah, and as Stacey says, it's just one of those things, they will always be your mom. I always used to joke with my mom when she's like, even when you're 50 and I'm probably 130, you're still going to be my daughter. You're still going to be my baby. She doesn't talk like that, but in my head, that's how I interpret it. You're still going to be a baby. And I'm just no, but like I see that now with Harper. Like no matter what, she's gonna be a baby to me.
Yeah.
And like I appreciate those moments with mommies. Like they're cool.
Sweet. I know. Moms are the best.
So we're just gonna now move on to the next segment of this video experience, and we're actually gonna talk about the year in a recap. I know for a lot of people, 2020 was a year to remember, like for good and bad reasons. And Stacey was just like, "Why not share what we thought?" Do you want to go first?
Sure.
The best and worst of our year, pertaining to both Sisgetagrip and our personal lives.
Okay, so for me, should I start off with the best and end on the worst, or what do you think I should do?
Start off with the worst and end on the good note.
Okay. So the worst experience, and it actually ended up being a good experience, was the day we filmed our intro.
Oh my
Our
God.
new intro. It was such a crazy day because first of all, we filmed and we scheduled our filming date and we were gonna show up downtown. And we did. It got canceled because we thought it was gonna rain, so we ended up postponing it to the next Monday.
Yes.
Monday comes and the sun is shining and we were like, yes, great decision. We're gonna film, we're gonna get out there and we're gonna do our thing. When we arrived, literally when we pulled up
like
on 42nd Street, rain came out of the sky. It hailed that day.
Yes.
It was windy. It was cloudy. It was sunny. It was like literally an apocalyptic day. The sun was shining on one side. It was raining on one side. There was wind. There was hail. It was like everything. And we even saw a rainbow that day.
Yes, we did.
Like everything that could possibly come out of the sky came out of the sky that day. But it ended up being a very nice intro. We were happy about it. You guys gave us really positive feedback. So I guess for me, that was the worst because it was just kind of a stressful day. She knows how I get when like things don't go as planned. I'm like, like this is the worst day ever. But it ended up being really...
It turned out well.
It turned out well. Yeah. And it's a very good story. And you guys couldn't even tell, like, it was such a bad day because we were just walking around. And
I think the funny part to that day is, like, we're all dressed up and people are just staring at us like, where do they think they're going?
In
like,
this rain.
In this rain. Like, I remember a lady's like, wow, you look beautiful, but it's raining.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
like,
we could all
tell.
see that. Yeah.
It was a really, I would say that was like the worst day for me because it was just so stressful, but then it ended up being a good day. So it kind of ended up being on a positive note. My best Sisgetagrip moment. Oh, so many of them. Do I have to just choose one?
Okay, I'll give you two.
I have so many episodes. All of them were so great. Okay, I'm gonna pick two. When we did our episode with our husbands, that's one of my favorite Sisgetagrip moments because I got to see my husband for the diva that he is.
Mine too.
Such a diva, and I didn't even expect it. And he was just such a diva, and I was just kind of like, this is really shedding some new light on who he is. So I think that was one of my favorite experiences because I know my husband pretty well, or I think I do, but then I got to know like another layer on top of that.
That's
so
fair.
That was a little, there's so many good memories. So many good memories.
Yeah.
I had fun. This has been a fun year, and a lot of great memories. And just even working it up, trying to learn new things to try to make our stuff better. If you guys remember what our videos used to look like maybe in February as compared to now. So like even seeing that growth and every day challenging myself and trying to come up with a way to make this work has been like a great learning experience for me.
Okay. I can't think of a worst episode. Not a worst episode, like my worst experience. I can't think of one.
You don't have to.
Oh my God. No, I do have one. So we recorded an episode that obviously you'll see it later, but it happened this year. Where we just forgot to press record. We just forgot. So we went, I think it was like, we just kept recording and there was nothing there. And the thing is, like, when we're filming, like the husband, Jeff, and Harper, they go somewhere. So like at a certain point, they want to come home. Like and we're just like, wow.
Like, what happened? Are you guys done with like the second episode? And we're like, we haven't even gotten through the first.
Like we never pressed record. So and I think like before they left, they told us to do something to help us so we don't forget to press record. Obviously we didn't do it. And they have this song pertaining to Sisgetagrip.
Oh my gosh.
Where they say, "Ya kaunti." Basically, we tell you to do something, you don't listen. So when they came home, they were in high spirits singing that song to us, and I was just like, yeah, we really just kicked ourselves in the butt that day. As Stacey said, like I have a lot of like really like favorite memories or like best memories for this year for Sisgetagrip. I think like one of the best ones would be recording Lost in the Blessing, just because like
sounds good.
I just felt like that was a part of me that I've never shared with anyone, like minus Stacey or like my husband or something, and to be able to share that with like all of you, but then to also know that other people could resonate with that. I was just like, okay, like we actually just have something.
Episode.
Yeah,
be sure to watch that next.
Yeah, like I love Lost in the Blessing, and I knew it was good when my husband would make fun of me, like, don't be lost in the blessing. Like he would remind me of stuff like that, and like I love Lost in the Blessing. Yeah,
Lost in the Blessing was a good episode. So, which out of all the episodes we filmed, was that your favorite episode?
I think so. What was yours?
I'm trying to think. Oh my god, there's so many good ones. So many good ones. Oh my gosh, I don't have a favorite.
Yeah,
it'll be hard.
I just love Lost in a Blessing because it was my true authentic self. Not to say I'm not like true authentic, but I've literally like never shared that part, and for that to be like our first episode, like
yeah, it was a very like vulnerable episode, like where you were just kind of like being realistic. I think I wasn't sure if you were working at that time where.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You weren't working at that time. You were actively looking for a new job. You were like in this place where you really felt lost, but you had all these great things happening around you. I think it was a good episode. It was one of my favorites too.
Yeah. Personally,
worst and best.
One each.
Okay.
Go.
Worst, COVID. I said it. People were like, "Oh, COVID is such a great thing. It brought out the troopers in us." And COVID. I didn't like it. People say that. People like COVID was like a blessing in disguise.
Oh yeah.
I didn't feel like that. I don't like wearing face masks. I don't like it. One, obviously, because it messes up my makeup. But I just don't like the mask life. Like I don't do my makeup so you can see my eyes. Like really, I don't like it. Or like. I hate watching like old movies where like people are at the mall like having a great time and it's like they not wearing masks. I'm like, I miss those days, and I really genuinely do.
Yeah,
I do love not going to the office as often as I have to. That's been great. Okay, so that's worst. COVID's the worst. I'm trying to think of best. Family time was my favorite. I love spending time with my family, close friends, loved ones, and just enjoying the moment. I think that has COVID has really taught us to really tune in, search within, and enjoy the immediate family and your surroundings. So that's my little stuff I enjoyed this year. What about you?
My worst will have to be COVID. But more so, I understand, like, blessing in disguise. A lot of people became entrepreneurs. Like, get that. You have more time with your families. Great. But for me, I think it's like a bit similar to Stacey. Like, I miss what the world was before COVID. I miss the idea of, like, having to see friends and not having to stress about it. Like, I miss the idea of, like, if you had a temperature, it wasn't something deadly. Like, it was just, like, you don't feel good. Like, I miss that part of the world. But more so I miss traveling, and COVID has really killed that for me. Like COVID has just pumped the brakes on it, which is fine because you get to save money, great things. But I rather travel than save money.
Silver lining.
Yeah, like so I would say COVID, worst part of this year. But obviously, yes, great things have come out of it. Like as Stacey said, like I get to spend more time with my husband, spend more time with Harper. We're both home. Like, yeah, great things. But also like working in education, a lot of things have changed.
Oh yeah.
And
got hit hard.
Like to see the effect on that in kids, like when they come to school to pick up a packet and they're like running to the building, but like you can't go in. Yeah, like so like to see that, I'm just like, wow, this has really impacted the world in such a massive way. But also because a lot of people have like lost loved ones, have lost jobs, like lifestyles have changed. So yeah, COVID wasn't that great for me from my perspective. Like God is good, we're alive, but I just missed the world before COVID. Best thing this year was knowing that like God has been faithful to my family. Like in the midst of like everything, I think God still remembers. God has still remembered my family.
Man.
and you know, like it's unfortunate, like I read a lot of studies, heard a lot of things about people getting divorced and marriages marriages being separated and all those things, but like God has been faithful. But more importantly, I've seen a lot of couples conceive during COVID, and that's just beautiful to see. So, and also to see that like even in the pandemic, God has been true in manifesting who he is with testimony after testimony. So I would say like that is the best part of COVID of this year.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay. So where does that leave us?
Yes. I'm so animated. All the things I'm not.
So where does that leave us? Okay. So we have a few things lined up for you for 2021, and we're just going to go down the list and kind of tell you what we have installed for you guys. But again, this is like a really rough draft kind of thing.
Don't hold us to it.
Yes. But if you do have suggestions on where you would like to see us go,
please bring them.
Yes, definitely. Leave them down below. Let us know in our inbox, email us, whatever. We're always open to suggestions, and we hope that you keep those coming.
Yes.
Okay, you want to tell them the first thing that's happening?
As Stacey mentioned earlier, we've come to understand that we may not be that interesting, but other people in our lives are extremely more interesting.
Yes.
We accept it. I accept it.
Mm-hmm. For example, our mothers and our husbands.
Their episodes got a lot of views.
Yes.
I can't even think of the number, but their episodes got hundreds of views. But Stacey and I were also thinking that at a point, we are only like in our late 20s, early 30s, right? There's so much that we haven't experienced, and we would hate to sit here and give like a false story and say we lived our life to the best.
Yeah.
So with that said, one thing we're hoping to do, and like we're really planning on doing next year, is to invite other people to come share their stories with us. Just because, as we said, we strongly believe that everyone has a story, everyone has a lesson to share, and why not give them the platform to do that? So if you're also interested in sharing your story with us, or sharing your story with everyone who watches us and more, like please also let us know. But one thing we're definitely going to do next year is cut back on it just being us two, and now bring more people to share their life stories with us as well.
Yes, and I hope that you guys do participate, because it's going to be an interesting thing to kind of get other people's perspective. So they could be similar topics to something we may have discussed, but just to give you like fresh set of eyes on the topics that we may have discussed. I am excited about this new venture. I'm excited about this episode. So, and I had like cake before this, so
oh my God,
I'm a little hyper.
It wasn't even cake, it was bread. Banana bread by Baked by Lotus, by the way. If you've seen my IG, that's all I've been eating. So
I know, she's pretty good.
Delicious.
Oh, we should have brought some cupcakes.
Oh, we should have, but it's too late.
Yeah, we'll tag her down below.
Yeah. What's next for next year?
Next year. So, this is exciting stuff.
Yes.
Everything's exciting. Let me stop. We are going to be launching our, give me a drum roll, website.
There you go.
Yes, so our website, I know that we have a lot of stuff already coming at you guys. We have our Apple Podcasts, we have Spotify, we have YouTube, and we have our Instagram. But we wanted to kind of create a centralized location where you can find all our items. So we have our website, and it's going to just be a one-stop shop, and it's going to be, it's going to be an active site, so you can link our Spotify from there, you can link our Apple Podcast from there, you can link our IG from there, you can link our Twitter from there, you can link our Facebook from there. Everything can just happen in real time. And also for our Dear Sisters submissions, you can actually do them on the website directly, and they'll come to us. Yes. So I'm excited about the website.
Yes, and I think like as we grow, which is so crazy to say that we're growing, but like as we grow in an audience base and everything else, like we just want to also brand ourselves in a way that also just make us more marketable.
Yes.
Hence the website. So if you also do like website design or anything along those lines, and you have feedback for us, we are the feedback taker masters.
Yes.
So please let us know like anything you think that we could do better or anything along those lines as well.
Yes, and we already appreciate the feedback we've been getting.
Yes.
Like, I really like those.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the final thing that we're going to be doing, and I think this is highlights like the kind of platform we are going to be doing something called Woman of the Quarter. So Woman of the Quarter is basically highlighting a woman who is just, I want to say black girl magic personified, but they don't have to be black. Like it's just a woman doing her thing and killing it in every way possible, like relationship wise, either business, like just religion wise, like they're just doing everything boss. And we want to just highlight that because we feel like there aren't platforms highlighting women, the everyday woman who's just doing a great job. It's more so a platform like the person with 3,000 followers. Granted, we want to get to 3,000 followers, but we also believe that there are other women who don't have 3,000 followers and they're doing a great job, and we want to be able to highlight them. So we're going to be doing Women of the Quarter, and the first person is, she's just amazing. Like when you know who this person is, if you read anything about her, like every word that people use to describe her is caring, nice, sweet, beautiful, like just, and she's a boss.
Yes, and we are excited to announce her, but like she said, we're using this platform to really highlight women in our community who are doing exemplary work so that they can teach the women that are coming up so they can learn in their footsteps.
Yes. So that's it for what we have coming up for next year. As always, if you have any topics you want us to discuss, but also now that we're inviting more people into our space per se, like if you also want to become a guest on this show, or you want us to advertise your work or your business or anything, please reach out to us, because that is what we aim to do. We aim to like support people regardless if you follow us or not. Like we want to be as supportive as possible, because I think Stacey can agree when I say like we are where we are today within a year because of support. And
yes,
it's only fair to give that back to people.
Of course. Yeah, I can't believe it's been 12 whole months.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's just crazy. That's gonna wrap it up for this very quick video experience of Sisgetagrip. Stacey, do like, subscribe, don't forget.
Oh yes, as always, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss anything. Yes, good job. I think it might actually be there.
Oh, okay.
So don't forget to hit the bell notification so you don't miss a beat. You can be notified when we have something posted up. And yeah,
as always, thanks for joining us on this episode of Sis
Get a Grip.